Chris, an intense competition this past week. Bragging rights, ego, high stakes on the line. And yes, Kyle Busch was involved. A little bit of a controversial finish, though, and we'll get to that in a second. First, the competition not on the racetrack for $100 between you and Scott Speed doing what?
Pit stop competition. Who can change the tires the fastest?
And who won?
Well, I did, of course. I mean, I have worked on my own cars for my whole life. If you look at Scott Speed's hands, they still have maybe a little bit of nail polish on them. So, you know, for me, I've got brake cleaner all over them, just being able to work on cars. But it's fun, just something to mess around with at the shop earlier this week. The guys got done with their pit stop competition deal, and we jumped in there and we did it. It's funny because he ran around the truck, and then every time he would hit a lug, you know, he was on the gas and then off the gas, where the guys here, they just stay on the trigger. But when he ran around the front of the truck, he was on the trigger the whole time running around the front of the truck. And we were all just like, man, what are you doing? But no, it was cool. It was fun. Just something different.
He claimed that he goes, you know, Kyle said he'd never done it before. He goes, but I think he might have, and he wants a rematch. But that's not the only person you've taken some money from.
Yeah, I didn't take money just from Scott, but Scott, I haven't ever done a live one before like that. That was my first time ever doing it live. But I've always sat down and messed with it in the shop and always messed with, you know, playing with those sockets and stuff. They're trick sockets that allow you to get speed out of it. But Scott and I will get back at it later. But Brian Eichler, he decided that he wanted to give a little competition to me. So I said, hey, $100 every round. Whoever wins pays 100, or you know, gets $100. And so Eichler wanted to do it with me, and I beat him the first 3 times, and then on the 4th time, my rear carrier, who is Eric Phillips, my crew chief on the truck, hung it, and it popped the lug off. So in the time where I reached down and put the lug back on and spun it on, Eichler and I tied. He says he beat me, so I gave him the money.
You're talking about the owner hat and Brian Eichler. Yesterday in the Truck Series racer, and Scott Speed already coming down wanting a rematch, I'm sure.
And what? We're in the hauler with my guys, and you're on the face talking about my nail polish. Just decided to come on over. I just wanted to ask, who did more push-ups last night? You or my wife, Amanda?
His wife, Amanda, did beat me in push-ups. She's only pushing 100 pounds, whereas though I'm pushing 190. But hey, it is your own strength, so it's all right. I lost to a girl.
Are you going to have a rematch with him?
Yeah, but I need to practice a little bit. You know, it's going to take definitely a couple weeks, but there will be a rematch.
A couple hundred practice sessions.
Whatever it takes, I'm doing. I'm doing whatever it takes.
Are the stakes going to be any higher next time? I mean, you already got them for 100.
No, I think we'll keep them the same. After a couple rounds, maybe double or nothing it or something. But he's always trying to get better at stuff and getting better all the time. So I'm sure he'll want to beat me. So I know he's going to work at it until he's capable enough of beating me, which the Red Bull guys on pit road are pretty good. They're not as good as the M&M Snickers bunch, but they are pretty good, so I'm sure he'll learn.
Your truck team was pretty good yesterday. You were pacing, though, I saw you at times.
I can't sit still, man. I had a hard time yesterday just sitting still, sitting on the box. I was up, down, back and forth, all around, trying to figure it out and see what was going on. But
making bare bond?
Yep, I had to make some bare bond pieces for Brian. He knocked the left front fender off for no reason. And drivers, man, just you can't ever teach them here, especially at Martinsville. It's just so tough anyway.
Well, you know what, from the owner, driver, and that's what Joe Gibbs is probably going to be saying about you later on today.
Yeah. He said I'm a bad owner for pacing already.